Ex-LSU receiver Kyren Lacy died in an apparent suicide during a police chase, authorities say. So this was an American college football player, wide receiver, not only for the LSU Tigers, but also the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. He grew up in Thibodaux, Louisiana, and attended Thibodaux High School. As a senior, he had 54 receptions for 864 yards and 18 touchdowns, ranked as the 10th wide receiver in Louisiana for the 2020 class. He committed to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette to play college football as a 3-star recruit, declining offers from Houston, Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Tech, Miami, and Virginia. As a true freshman at Louisiana in 2020, Lacy played in 11 games and had 28 receptions for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. In 2021, he played in 13 games, 22 receptions for 304 yards and 6 touchdowns. After the season, he transferred to LSU. He started 2 of 14 games his first year there in 2022, recording 24 receptions for 268 yards as the third receiver in the LSU depth chart behind Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. Lacy started 10 of 13 games and had 30 receptions for 558 yards and 7 touchdowns. He returned to LSU for the 2024 season as the number 1 receiver. On December 19, he planned to declare for the NFL draft. All right, so that's a huge tragedy, isn't it? Yeah, let's go ahead and let's play this news clip and let's see what's going on here, all right? RIP.
Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was found dead in Houston. Lacy was accused of a hit and run that left one man dead in Lafourche Parish back in December. A month later, he turned himself in and was released on bond. Lacy's attorney says a grand jury was supposed to hear his case tomorrow. The former athlete did declare for the
Wow. Did they say a hit and run?
In Houston. Lacy was accused of a hit and run that left one man dead in Lafourche Parish back in December. A month later, he turned himself in and was released on bond. Lacy's attorney says a grand jury was supposed to hear his case tomorrow. The former athlete did declare for the NFL draft and was considered a first-round draft pick.
Wow.
According to reports, including a post made from his dad, Lacy apparently died by suicide. In the post from his dad on social media, a warning to parents to check on their kids' mental health. He says their lives are changed forever, but the love in their family will get them through. And if you are in need of any help, it is available at the suicide prevention line.
Right, so we can expect the little warning, I guess, next to my video here. Now, I want you to see this, okay? So a tragic end to this life and this career for this young man here. Okay, they're saying an apparent suicide. And he had that hit and run too. Wow. Okay, so talk about yeah, definitely tragic here. But I want you to show you something with this number. Suicide equals 119, all right? And this 119's been popping up, okay? You see, because I just dropped this video. This is the 6 dead in the plane crash in New York. Okay, and this was Karina Groff and her boyfriend from New Jersey. And in that breakdown, you see how I have New Jersey right there, and New Jersey equals 119. Okay? And she's a All-American soccer player, NCAA Woman of the Year. I think it was 2022, I think. RIP to her, her family, and their loved ones here in this tragedy. But and how that connected to 9/11, right? So you see New Jersey had the 119 in that breakdown. I just dropped that breakdown and these same numbers hit again. And don't forget chaos equals 19. And you see during the C-19 pandemic, she co-founded Open PPE, helping to create a new design of masks for essential workers. But it's that 119, okay? So we get 119 again with this suicide, apparent suicide with Kyren Lacy, found dead. Even golfing with the Masters tournament trending. Rory McIlroy, I think, the winner. But you see, golfing even equals 119 with the Masters tournament trending. And this slide here is from the plane crash breakdown with the six. Did I say that right? The plane crash in New York with the 6 dead with this story. So I just pulled that clip, that slide there, and you can see these other things all trending here as well, right? Passover. Her boyfriend was a lacrosse star. I shouldn't say star, but he played lacrosse, as you see right there. But anyways, the focus is on that 119, and we see the 119 once again. All right. And this guy, Harris County authorities say their pursuit of Lacy late Saturday night ended with Lacy when he crashed. When officers approached the vehicle to extract him, they said he had died in an apparent suicide. That's shady as hell. Because remember, we just had the wife of the Weezer bassist, the band, his wife. They said that she had a freaking hit and run, or there was a hit and run incident or whatever. And what happened at the end of all of that? The Weezer bassist drummer, or the bassist of Weezer, his wife, he got shot by police. She did. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. But right? They said that she pulled a gun on them or something, and the police shot her. And that was what was their last name? Schreiner? I think it was Jillian Schreiner was her name. But isn't that weird? Because now they say that this guy was involved in a hit and run. All right. And now they're saying the police rolled up and they say it was an apparent suicide. Is that really the case? But Saturday was the 103rd day of the year. Notice how that's the 27th prime number. Dude played for LSU. LSU equals 20 and 7 in gematria. And they say he played for the Ragin' Cajuns as well. Ragin' Cajuns has that 72. And look at dude's birthday is the 27th. You see that? December 27. And, you know, ritual does equal 27 in this code. Okay? So we get connections with multiple stories here trending again, all right? And you know, if we went further, we would find more connections also, okay? But let's just go ahead and play this clip over again.
Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was found dead in Houston. Lacy was accused of a hit and run that left one man dead in Lafourche Parish back in December.
See, they say he was accused of it. And then, oh, an apparent suicide. So you would put both of them, you would put 2 and 2 together, right? No pun intended. He's got the 2 right there. But you see how they have like a storyline for why this would happen? He was accused of it. Well, what are any more details? is he is he around to defend himself now? You know what I mean? So he was accused of it, and an apparent suicide. Okay, so we're supposed to be triggered just to assume, oh, okay, that makes sense. You get accused of something, you commit suicide, right? It's just shady for real. And the connection with the Weezer shooting.
A month later, he turned himself in and was released on bond. Lacy's attorney says a grand jury was supposed to hear his case tomorrow. The former athlete did declare for the NFL draft and was considered a first-round draft pick. According to reports including a post made from his dad, Lacy apparently died by suicide. In the post from his dad on social media, a warning to parents to check on their kids' mental health.
All right. They're always going to hit us with that, right? So let's go back over here now. And we'll go ahead and open it up like this. Okay, so look. Wow, this is a lot of 62s and 26s, okay? So notice he dies on the day leaving 262 days in the year, April 13. 262 days remaining. His last birthday, the 362nd day of the year. So you get 262, 362. Kyren equals 26. Lacy equals 22. Kyren equals 62. Sacrifice equals 62. You see that? Notice how Tigers equals 78. LSU Tigers. They say he turned himself in after his alleged involvement in an accident that killed a 78-year-old man. 78-year-old man and Tigers, as in LSU Tigers equals 78? Really? And don't overlook, it's all with the language. Lacy, L, LSU, L. And that is unfortunate. He declared for the NFL draft just days after the accident, did not play in LSU's victory over Baylor in the Texas Bowl on December 31st, 4 days after his birthday. You see that? Right? There's probably more with this number too. Here, I just I didn't like stretch to go find it. Or maybe it's in front of my face and I'm not seeing it.
Now to a developing story.
Wow, was that News Channel 2 that popped up right after I said that? What the hell?
Now to a developing story. Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was found dead in Houston late last night. The 24-year-old's death.
Houston, Texas. I mean, T is the 20th letter of the alphabet. And he missed the game against Baylor. Is that what it said? Baylor, B's the second letter of the alphabet. If we want to hit on that too. So this is a 24-year-old
Being investigated as a potential suicide. Lacy was.
I mean, I know that could happen, right? I know that could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. And obviously I don't know, right? And something else I mentioned with suicide had the 119, remember? S is the freaking 19th letter of the alphabet, man.
Was a rising NFL prospect facing negligent homicide charges from a fatal hit-and-run accident that left one person dead in Louisiana last year. A grand jury was set to review the case tomorrow. His lawyer, calling the investigation a witch hunt, is demanding a full review of the case and the media's treatment of Lacy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Now,
so let's go scan. I'm gonna go scan the Wikipedia just real quick. Wow. Okay, so do we get, let me double check something here. Okay, so yeah, RIP on Saturday, April 12th. You see right there, and you see the birthday on, and 8 days before his birthday, he planned to declare for the NFL draft. Let's just scroll down here. They just give us some statistics. So let's look at this traffic collision here on the Wikipedia. Okay, look, on January 10th, 2025, Louisiana state police issued a arrest warrant for Lacy. And again, he was accused of speeding and illegally passing people on. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. There it is. Remember, dead in Texas, T, the 20th letter of the alphabet. They said he missed the game against Baylor. B, the second letter of the alphabet. He had the 2 on his chain. He wore the number 2. Highway 20. You see that? Causing a head-on car crash that killed the 78-year-old passenger 10 days before his birthday, Lacy's birthday. Lacy reportedly fled the scene without calling authorities or emergency services. Reportedly. This was just said, right? And he was arrested on 112, like 12, right? January 12, 112, like 12. And then now he's dead on the 12th of April. Arrested on January 12th after he agreed with authorities to turn himself in. He was released on the same day, $151,000 bail, charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run with the death and reckless operation of a vehicle by the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office. Let me grab negligent homicide and hit and run, and let's head over to the calculator. We got a couple minutes here. I don't see much with that. Let's just put homicide. Let's put hit and run. I don't remember how do they put hit and run? I don't know, like that. All right. I don't know if it saved any of the matches. Let's see. No. Hit and run. No. But let's pull up the Weezer, because this connected with the Weezer hit and run with the bassist's wife. Jillian Lauren Schreiner. So her last name is L, so you get that LSU connection with the L, and Lacy has L. The woman booked for attempted murder after being shot by police searching for hit and run suspects, and then the Lacy incident was hit and run. You know, and it's all with the language. Wife W, Weezer W. You see that? So they're saying attempted suicide. They don't even say how, what, or why. Let me ask, how did Kyren Lacy die?
According to ESPN,
Oh, okay.
authorities say their pursuit of Lacy ended when he crashed. They say that when officers approached the vehicle to extract Lacy, he had died from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
See,
Lacy, 24, was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders.
what appeared to be, you know what I mean? This is what the authorities say. You know, come on. Right? So you see how those stories connect, and I wonder if there's a little bit of fibbing going on here. Wow, look at that. So they say self-inflicted gunshot wound. Look at the 127, and his birthday is 12/27. Okay? 127 is like 1227. That's his birthday. Isn't that, I mean, and look, he even has the 116 like Karina Groff, excuse me, who passed in the New York, her and her family, the crash in New York, the airplane crash. We connected it with the 119. There she is right there. You see that? And don't forget that's 911 emergency in reverse. Okay, so this video is going to get some kind of warning next to it, I'm sure. I'm just going to scroll down the article before we go. Another tragedy. Louisiana, huh? Let's just scroll down and to see if something else. Nope, that's it. That's it, y'all. That's what they give us. That's what they give us here. Oh, okay, look, we get the name of the guy that died, Herman Hall. Does that sound like a real name? Involved in a head-on crash, died after being transported. Let's grab that name and let's just throw that in the calculator before we get out of here. Do we get a picture with the guy? So this is the victim, supposedly. No, I don't see anything major with the name. Let's see if we get a picture with the guy, though. Okay. I think I had the picture in the article. Is it even a real photo? Like, do we even, you know what I'm saying? Do we even, like, know for sure? If it's, we're not, can we even say it's like a real person? Maybe. I don't know. Hmm. All right, so we'll leave it there. Again, what I present here in this breakdown, these are all facts here. Some of the things I stated, you could say are my opinion, right? But I think we have a right to question some of these stories because these numbers, look, these numbers, I mean, they don't connect like this for no reason. With all these other stories as well, don't forget the Weezer story with the bassist and his wife being shot by police. And we've had a lot of these uh I don't want to say major players on the world stage, but we've had a lot of characters that are well known die in some of these plane crashes recently. We had the figure skaters that died in the airplane crash. Was that like maybe a couple of months ago? And then we had the helicopter crash with 6 dead, with a couple important figures there, and that was 6 dead. And then we had the 6 dead with this other plane crash with Kyren Groff and her family, and I think her boyfriend, I think also, and her brother, and I think his girlfriend with her mother and father as well. So we'll leave it there. Ex-LSU receiver Kyren, and she's got the okay. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. He's got the K in his name like she does. Karina, look at their names are similar, huh? Karina and Kyren. That's big right there. And you know what? I connected that to Jared Goff in that breakdown because their names are similar and her brother's name is Jared. So you have Jared Goff and Jared Goff, and that's a football connection as well with this story. Damn. So ex-LSU receiver Kyren Lacy died in an apparent suicide during a police chase. And this is what the authorities say. Okay. I'll be seeing y'all. I try to drop these videos every 10 hours or so. So until next time, until another story, peace.